Hello everyone, I am burning some forest incense from hemp today for our reading. Today's reading is a little bit different. It is a monthly forecast and review as we are already halfway through the month of July. This reading is based after your sun sign or star sign. So if you're not someone who is familiar with astrology or studying it, your sun sign would be that sign that when people ask you what's your sign and you say, I'm Virgo, I'm Cancer, I'm Leo, I'm Aquarius, that would be what this reading is based after for you. If you're someone who is studying or into or aligned with astrology, it's something you're connected to more deeply, you can also use the list of astrology signs with the time codes in the description to tune into a more deep reading for yourself based on your rising sign as well. And those for those tuning into astrology and just getting connected to it. Now, the rising sign is literally, if you look at your chart, the sign that is rising in the sky when you were born. So it's really cool. But primarily, this is a July review of the past couple weeks and forecast of the next couple weeks based on your sun or star sign in astrology. Check out the time codes in the link in the description to jump to that right away. We're going to start with a moon reading to see how the moon has been influencing July so far and how it may influence July coming up with this next 2 weeks. So you can stay tuned for that. It's going to begin now, or if you just want to jump right into your astrology tarot reading for July, then find it down below. All right, so for July and the moon energies thus far. We've already experienced the Cancer, the new moon in Cancer that was on July 5th or July 6th, depending on where you live, which is a watery, nurturing, loving, family-oriented sign that gets us out of our shell while still helping us feel safe and connected to our family, our loved ones, and home within ourselves. And it was a new moon, so this was a time to build and really start planting these seeds and getting those manifestations grounded for the next cycle ahead. Coming up, I actually have notes. This is how prepared I am for this reading for you guys. So on July 13th, we have the first quarter in Cancer. And the first quarter moon is when you look up in the sky and you can see here that the moon looks half full, but it is actually only at a quarter at this point. And the first quarter lunation, as it's called, is all about really like getting that oomph, is the word I'm hearing to describe what this first quarter moon might have felt like for you on July 13th. This will be going up on the 14th of July on Sunday, and I am filming this currently in between the new moon and the first quarter on the 13th. So this energy coming up, or this energy on the 13th that you will have experienced, will kind of give you that oomph, that little like jet spark engine is what I'm feeling. It might also be a time where you're being like challenged, or kind of like challenge accepted, prove me wrong is the type of energy I'm feeling with this. With it being in Libra, for all of us, this is connecting to our relationships, the balance we have in our relationships with others, our connections to others, and also our relationship we have to our own self as well. And that little oomph, or kind of prove me wrong, challenge accepted energy surrounding that areas of our life. After that, we have the full moon in Aquarius coming up on July 21st, or yes, it will be coming up, sorry. My brain is a little muddled with the forecasting into the future, but we'll make it through because I'm determined to give you guys this review and forecast reading. It's been on my mind, and one of my subscribers was even the inspiration for this video, so I'm fairly certain you're watching it. So thank you to you specifically. And to all of you who have been watching my videos and resonating with my content as well. It's an honor really to share these with you guys. And the full moon in Aquarius, full moons are all about times coming to an end, or cycles of coming to a close, completion. And it can also be a time when manifestations begin to show up for us in our life, because it is about things being full and fully visible as well, the full moon in Aquarius. And this is also a time to really like end any cycles that are holding you back from being your authentic self, walking your own path, doing your own thing, and following your own passions. Aquarius really has no time or energy to follow in line with anything other than their own heart and their own energy and their own code of ethics. So use that as inspiration for you during this full moon on the 21st in Aquarius to break free of all those old energies. After that, we have the last lunation in July, which is on the 27th, and it is the last quarter in Aries. And the last quarter lunation is this energy of the final stretch when it comes to your manifestation, or what you're trying to bring in, or potentially even what you're trying to finally rid yourself of, depending on if your manifestation has to do with a new clearance or a new beginning or up-leveling or anything like that. And the last quarter is this energy of the last push, the final hurdle, the last challenge that is being presented to you, that final bump in your growth, that final growth spurt is coming through to help you really be prepared and aligned for when the manifestation comes through for you. This is actually the last phase in the lunation of like the quarter cycles before the new moon again, which will be the new moon coming up, I believe, in August. So that is a little quick review, a little quick forecast of the moon and her energy and how it is influencing and already influenced July, with the new moon calling us to relax and be nurtured and come back home to our family, our friends, our loved ones, our soul family, ourselves, and set manifestations for that, with the first quarter in Libra connecting into that balance, that harmony, those relationships again, and again, the relationship with yourself. Then with the full moon in Aquarius coming into this energy of releasing all those old ties, old binds on the 21st of July, that will let you be free. I'm hearing let you soar free. And Aquarius is also an air sign, so soaring free in the sky for Aquarius feels very high frequency energy. And then again, the last lunation we have in, the last lunation we have again in July is the third quarter moon in Aries. That is that final push, especially in Aries. I feel like just tuning into that now, the Aries energy of the third quarter, I feel is going to be really, or can be potentially very beneficial for us to really like light that fire to get us going past that last hurdle, challenge, or lesson even maybe that is coming through to help us realign and connect more deeply with what we're trying to bring in for ourselves. Now, my friends, check out the astrology signs down below connected to your sun sign, and I will see you in those readings for your specific sun sign July review and forecast. Bye. Hello, my Aries sun sign friends. I hope you're doing well in this July energy that we've been flowing through right now. I'm gonna pull you some of these Spirit Song Oracle card or tarot cards quickly. So let's find out what energies have already been circulating around you and what spirit animal has maybe been trying to contact you already in July, and also what spirit animal is coming through to help you through the rest of the month and what energy they are bringing in as well. Oh, that card already wanted to fall out for you. And I'm also going to pull one more. This one. Alright, so already we have the 10 of Shells coming through for you with the spirit animal of Pelican. And already with Pelican spirit, I'm seeing this potential beginning of July to mid-July energy for you, where you felt very blessed and maybe your well-being was very in alignment for you is what it's coming through as. I'm also seeing like the pelican when it has its own cup is full, because the pelican, its lower part of its beak or bill, I'm not sure what it is actually called for a pelican, but it actually extends like elasticity so that it can just like scoop up all of the fish and fill its personal cup that is connected to it. And that message is coming through loud and clear for you, my Aries friends. The 10 of Shells is also this energy of emotional fulfillment, harmony, and blessings and love through your emotional connections with your friends, your family, your soul family, even your colleagues and those that you're in working relations with have this opportunity, or potentially through the beginning of July to the middle of July, had been very blessed, very harmonious, very chill is the word coming through. And just know that you are that pelican that has that big bill full of fish. You can see there, and I guess in this case it's a big bill full of shells. And the energies that were surrounding you through the beginning of July were the energies of blessing and well-being, and that just that just makes my heart sing for you, my Aries. And just know that energy is still present. It's not that it's like now that we're midway through July that poof, there goes the blessings and well-being. They're still present. Now they're the anchor, they're the foundation for you moving forward. After that, we have also a very powerful spirit animal for you to guide you through the last half of this month of July. We have Ladybug with the 5 of Crystals, and we have persistence and literal new possibilities coming through for you with the ending of this month. So crystals connect to your physical, tangible, material reality, your physical health, your well-being, your job, your career, your money, your resources. And you might be having some that's coming through is like good fortune or help with resources coming through with the end of July for you, this last half of it. I feel like you're also going to be bringing in this energy yourself by shifting your perspective. I'm also hearing this message with Ladybug spirit here, that just to like use your own discernment too, because there's these beetles that look a lot like ladybugs, but they don't carry the same frequency as the ladybug does. So use your discernment and tune into your passionate heart, I'm hearing, and you'll be able to discern if the opportunity, that new possibility before you is really this blessing of luck and fortune and joy from Ladybug, or if it's potentially something that is a little bit more elusive or not as it appears, as these other beetles look a lot like ladybugs. Next, I'm going to go into this deck, and it's going to show you kind of maybe the energy that has been present through the first 2 weeks of July or beginning of July. Ooh, hello, that one really wanted to like fly out, so I'll honor that. And then the following weeks as well. So is that one. And so is that one. Alright, so just one more then. So Aries, these cards are flying out for you, so that makes me feel like the energies that have been circulating for you already through July, the first 2 weeks, and now the 4th week, and also, I'm just gonna grab this card here, for this 3rd week coming up and this last week of July, that it's really going to be flying around for you quite rapidly, potentially. And I see it almost like flying past your head, but with your passionate, fiery Aries energy, you can just like grab it out of the air like a ninja. So let that be some inspiration for you, my Aries. So let's see what the flow of July is looking like, or has been for you guys coming through. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely a reading for you, my Aries. So we start here. So the first week of July, or potentially the beginning of July for you, with the Eight of Pentacles, comes through with this reading that you spent a lot of time studying, honing your craft, your passions, your hobbies, really like diving into deep study, it feels like, to figure out what you want to do, where you want to be, what you're really passionate about, what you're really connected to, and potentially even what you're not connected to or passionate about anymore. And you really put some energy in motion for yourself in the beginning of July with this dedication that I'm feeling, with this like geyser effect of energy that's like erupting from this passionate study that you and growth that you invested in for yourself. After that, and with the second week of July behind us, and potentially the early to mid-week July point, we have the Five of Wands coming through for you, my Aries friends. So this means that potentially the second week of July, or leading up to the middle of July, you experienced some sort of challenge, some hardship, maybe some growth opportunities are coming through in your job, your career, your passions, your ambitions, your daily life or routine. Maybe it's actually coming through for some of you that it was like a little bit of like rescheduling or reorganizing that had to happen so that the most important aspect of that could be reached and achieved, which is why you've rearranged all this stuff down below so that you can reach the fire, the flame, which is also coming through very strong for you, my Aries friends, as you are fire signs. So that is how the past 2 weeks of July may have been for you, with this energy starting out with study and honing and dedication and personal growth that maybe even led into you choosing or coming to a realization passionately that your daily life, your schedule, your routine, your job, your career needs to be rearranged so you can really reach for that passion of yours. But now that that has set the stage, we also have two really amazing cards happening for you leading into the rest of July. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and this is huge because if you'll remember my ladybug friend over here with crystals in this deck is Pentacles in traditional tarot. And this card says persistence and new possibilities. And what do aces in tarot mean, especially the Ace of Pentacles? This is that new possibility that Ladybug is speaking about, being literally within your hands and reach. This is that new possibility within your physical, tangible, material world that you've been manifesting, that you've been calling in reach. I'm hearing come the full moon, you may be seeing signs of this within reach, in hand for you in your physical, tangible, material reality, with your health, your resources, your money, your job, your career, your home, your body, all coming into hand for you with the manifestations that you've been doing, my Aries friends. So the other part of this message is coming through with you with this specific card is the energy of the last 4 words in this book for the Ace of Pentacles, which is visualize, attract, prioritize, and act. A 4-step manifestation formula. Visualize, attract, prioritize, act, and receive. After that, we have a little bit of rest coming through for you, which I see very wholeheartedly pure for you, with the 4 of Swords. And Swords is your thoughts, your mind, your perception, your logic, your personal power that you have the perception of as well. And the 4 of Swords is this energy of when you're taking deep levels of rest and self-care. It's nearly, for some of you, it will be sabbatical levels of self-rest and self-care where you're in complete separation, almost complete isolation, to fully recharge and rest and dive deep down into yourself is how it's coming through. And while you're in this deep state of rest, you can see that your heart is still wandering free, still able to be curious and open, but you are able to know that it is safe and you are safe in this energy of deep rest and self-care and potentially solitude, so that you can come back out of this protected, restful nest in August to be fully renewed for the energies coming up. So the last couple cards I'm going to pull for you, my Aries friends, are just one Moonology card to see how the moon might be specifically tuning in for you through the month of July with how it has been already. Ooh. And also how it might be affecting you in the near future, coming up with the ending the last 2 weeks of July. And we have prosperity. You know what, universe? Sometimes you just really gotta rub it in, don't you? Prosperity lies ahead. Literally, prosperity lies ahead is the energy of the moon that has been present for you through the last 2 weeks and will be here for you still through the coming 2 weeks of July leading into August. The new moon in Taurus is the flavor of the energy of the moon for you this month, giving you signs of prosperity, health, abundance, relaxations coming through. So know that I can't really, it doesn't get more clear than that, guys. New possibilities, the Ace of Pentacles with little physical possibilities within your hand, and then prosperity lies ahead. Like, Source says you have nothing to worry about. So, this is gonna give you an affirmation to help you integrate the energies that have already been present for you through the beginning of this month, and two of them, and the energies that will be coming around and supporting you through the ending last half of this month. We have two, very powerful. So we have the message of friendship coming through for you. So trust in your friends. You're manifesting new friendships. That card of Libra is coming through for you. And you can use this, bring to me friendships true, sharing, laughter, understanding too, as an affirmation to bring in this loving, prosperous energy of friendship and connection that is manifesting for you. And then we also have the energy of letting go. So what's coming through with this is, what do you need to let go of from your daily life so you can reach that flame? Letting go to let in, with letting go of that old energy from your daily life so that the new prosperity that is so for you this month can come through this month. And then you can use the allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again as an affirmation for yourself to call in that energy of being able to release and let go for you. Last card for you, my friends, is a self-care card just to help you integrate the energy that has already been around you, and also prepare you and align you for the following last half of July. Aries, what more do I need to say? You are strong, passionate, grounded, dedicated beings on this planet. You are not meant here to follow. You are the leaders. You are the kings, the queens, the rulers, the rebels. So don't let anyone try to take that flame away from you, like in that Five of Wands. Your best self-care to help you integrate the lessons and energy that has been present, and also to help you align with the energies and this new prosperity and all this new possibilities coming through for you, is it's time to celebrate the fact that you don't fit in. Stand on your own 2 feet, proudly, strongly, and that bold Aries energy that you are. That is my Aries reading for the first 2 weeks of July as a review, and a little bit of a forecast for you, my Aries, for what's coming up in July. I hope this reading has been helpful and aligned with how your month has been going and will align with how your month follows. And I will see you in my next reading. Bye! Hello, my Taurus friends. Welcome to your July review and forecast. I'm going to start by pulling you 2 of these animal spirit message tarot cards to see what spirit animals have been present for you already through the first 2 weeks of July, and that will be hanging out with you through the last 2 weeks of July, and what energies they have brought in for you and will continue to, I'm hearing, bless you with, blessings, through July. Alright, I'm feeling this one right here and this one right here. Alright. Woo! Oh, interesting. Some similar energies. You guys are vibing with the Aries apparently, because we have, to begin with, the 5 of crystals with Ladybug Spirit coming through for you. Ladybug Spirit is this energy of joy and good fortune and good luck, and crystals in this deck are the equivalent of pentacles in traditional tarot. So this is perspectives and new possibilities coming in for you through, or that have already come in for you in the beginning of July, the first 2 weeks of it, potentially, that were very fortunate, very lucky, potentially kind of like snuck up on you. I feel like Ladybug Spirit was maybe like in plain view on a leaf, but then kind of crawled more into view for you, is how it's coming through with what these new possibilities or perspectives were for you on a physical, tangible level with your health, your resources, and your money. So know that Ladybug Spirit was present for you through the first 2 weeks of July, my Taurus friends, and will be still through the last 2 weeks of July moving into August. And then we also have here the Emperor with Mountain Lion coming through. It's actually coming through for me as Puma for you specifically, and the Emperor is a major arcana card, so some bigger energy is happening for you, my Taurus friends, through these last 2 weeks of July. We have the Emperor is this energy of personal power, personal authority, gaining control and sovereignty and balance over your life, your reality, your kingdom or queendom. This is also connected to the astrology of Aries, so if any of you have any high placement of Aries in your charts, this could be specifically connecting into that area. So just know that the next 2 weeks of July leading into August, I'm hearing you will be called to really step into this personal authority of yours in a really balanced and grounded way, and you will be able to be on that prowl, on that hunt for the next level of expansion, of growth, of existence for you in August. Okay. Oh, we also, sorry my friends, with these we have again perspective and new possibilities coming through for you that have been present already in the beginning of July, the first 2 weeks of it. And then with the Emperor and Puma, we have focus and stability as the helpful, positive energies coming through for you in the last 2 weeks of July. I'm now going to pull this deck for you right now just to see kind of how the flow of energies has been for you based on the 4 weeks of July, and potentially even a little bit more because all these cards just fell out for you. So let's see what's going on for you. I also don't use reverse, so if you see me flip upright, that is why. Ooh, so I want to say that you had a lot going on, and have a lot going on this month, my Taurus friends, but it's all leading to something really beautiful for you. So it's a lot of mixture of energy. So we have here the beginning of July with Justice and the Two of Cups. And Justice and the Two of Cups is this energy of, the Two of Cups is your your romance, your friendships, your connections, your soul family, your partner, your marriage, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your committed relationships. And it's being in this committed relationship or this connection, this harmony, this love with someone that is mutual, that is respectful, that is reciprocated on every single level. They are pouring into their own cups and each other's cups, filling each other with love, respect, harmony, trust equally, both their own and each other's. And it's interesting because then we have the Justice card, which was actually second, and Justice is like that balance. Because you filled your own cup and your partner's cup equally reciprocated, balanced, then a massive karmic shift is coming through for you. And even that like rainbow pouring into those two cups looks like the scale almost of this Justice card. So the giving, the opening, the sharing that you have done in your relationships and in your life through the first 2 weeks of July have led to some really powerful karmic shifts, rebalancing on a cosmic scale, life rebalancing, cause effect being restored for you, coming up into the middle and end of July with this energy, my Taurus. And then after that we have here the Queen of Pentacles, which is physical, tangible, material reality coming through, just like we have Ladybug talking about that perspective and new possibility. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is very grounded, very grateful, very aware of her stature, her presence, her abundance, her prosperity. She also kind of has a sense for it with those little antennae or antlers on her head, and she's very grounded in her knowing that she is safe. She knows her abundance is safe and stable, which is why she's not gripping that physical manifestation with her might and with fear. She is holding it very comfortably, very calmly, very confidently, because she knows it is hers and is not going anywhere, and she's very grateful for that. So already that is an energy mix leading up to the middle of July that is happening for you, or has happened for you already, and then, or is even maybe present in the background, I am hearing. And then we have in the last couple weeks of July the energy of the Three of Cups. So you have this beautiful energy of connection and love and harmony with one other, like your partner, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your soulmate, that type of vibe. And then we also have the Three of Cups for you, my Tauruses, which is this beautiful energy of harmony and soul family and connection and celebration and coming together with your tribe. This can be, and it is usually a celebration. I almost see some sort of party or reunion or get together, small get together happening for you. For some of you, my Tauruses, coming up in the last, I want to say the third week of July potentially. So just know that you are surrounded by love and support, and you do have very close soul family, soul friends, and those here on earth as well that are here for you fully through everything. And then we have two interesting cards to end the July energies for you, my Taurus friends, which is the Five of Pentacles followed by the High Priestess. And the Five of Pentacles is a little bit of a difficult card. I feel this especially for Tauruses because they're ruled by Venus, which is the energy of abundance and beauty and art. And the Five of Pentacles is really when you're not feeling any of that. And you can see here this woman, she looks like she feels like she's locked out of possibility, locked out of the opportunity. Maybe she feels like she's locked out of the new possibilities. But if you look closer at this card, even though her head is hung and she feels tired and dirty and weak, she has this beautiful key right in reach. Literally right in reach. So if you're feeling locked out of new possibilities, my Taurus friends, know that it's a matter of shifting your perspective and reaching for that new key to bring in those new possibilities for you. It's literally a matter of deep breath in, deep breath out, raise your head. It's right there. It's always been in reach. But if you're not in the perspective of seeing it's in reach, then you won't tune into it. You won't see it because you're not in that alignment of even looking for it, is what's coming through. Especially with the High Priestess coming through for the last card to cap off. It really does feel like cap off the July energies for you this month, my Tauruses, with tuning into that divine, I feel like Aphrodite herself, your guiding Venus goddess, is coming through for you guys to bring you back into that knowing, that deep connection to yourself, to universe, God, goddess, source, divine, to connect you to your inner knowing deep within as well, and to bring you back into that aligned feeling of how abundant, how beautiful, how full of art and creativity and prosperity and love Taurus energy is. And that is the reading for how the energy is flowing for you guys, or has been flowing for you guys in the beginning of the month leading to August. There's been a mix, but it is mostly all positive. Remember that if you're dealing with any lack or scarcity in the ending of July, mid to ending of July, that you have that support surrounding you, and you have Goddess Aphrodite coming through to reconnect you to your inner knowing, to your own intuition, and to that beautiful feeling of infinite abundance that is surrounding you. I'm going to pull a Moonology card quickly. This will flavor the moons for you. Ooh, we have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So the moon energy for you in July that has been and will be is going to be quite passionate, be quite fiery. It's really going to charge you up. I feel like it might even help you through this energy if you're experiencing it. And know that if there's been any disputes, any challenges, any confrontations, even personal confrontations within yourself, that's all coming to a fiery close. And fiery doesn't necessarily mean that it's coming to a conflicting, angry ending. What it feels like is it's going to be a fiery climax because it's going to end in a celebration. So potentially there is some sort of celebration of passion coming for you through the month of July, if it not has happened already. We also have this oracle card here to show you what you can manifest or has been manifesting for you with an affirmation to help you through, to integrate the lessons that have been coming forward for you this month already and that will be present, the energy is present for you. And we have new beginnings happening for you, my friends in Taurus. And no wonder there's all these power, no wonder there's been such a mix of energies. We also have the new beginnings coming through in my friend Mr. Ladybug with the new possibilities. So fiery endings, the passionate ends and beginnings, leading way to beautiful transformation and new beginnings that I really feel like are going to help you open up and communicate more as well with this beautiful color on this card. And then we have angel number 44 for you up there to let you know that you're surrounded with 3 4s actually. 4 is the number of the Emperor as well, so 444 coming through for you as well, my Taurus friends, to let you know that you're surrounded with stability, support, and structure and sovereignty in your life. One last card for you is this card here. It is a self-care card to help you integrate the energies that have already been present and align you with the energies that are coming forward. And we have, ooh, power. Good girl, no more. Taurus, I know you are full of love and support and giving generously to others, but now is the time to end the people pleasing. Now is the time to say yes to yourself, and that might mean saying no to someone else, but it is more important to say yes to yourself, because if you're not filling your own cup, you can't fill anyone else's either, or continue to fill yours. And we have the message of self-care to help you integrate and align. Of the ability to suck it up is not a superpower, my Taurus friends. saying no is. Own your power, my Taurus friends. Own your power. And one last message for you with this reading is a affirmation on the bottom of this new beginning card that I forgot to mention, which is, let this magic in this spell of new beginnings clear my space in which I dwell. So that very much ties into this endings and beginnings. You must clear away the old to allow in the new. So that is your review of how July has been for you, my Taurus friends, as well as how the energies may flow in for you in these last 2 weeks of July. I hope this has resonated for you and has rung true, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, my Geminis. I hope you're doing well in these July energies. I'm going to pull you 2 cards from this deck to show you the spirit animals and their energies that have been present for you during the first 2 weeks of this month already, and what energies they are bringing in for you for these last 2 weeks that we are about to experience. Actually, the energies, they change. They're very changeable apparently for you. Very fluid, they feel like, through July. Okay, already we have the spirit animals of the Star with Swan. This is beautiful energy for you, my Geminis. This is the energy of deep immense of healing happening for you that have happened for you, in the beginning of July already. This is you tuning into physical, mental, emotional, spiritual healing on deep levels, reconnecting to who you are, reconnecting to your heart and your soul, and really like taking off again. I feel like you have been this swan potentially is coming through to let you know that you've been in this like roost or like shored, like almost like preening and preparing yourself and healing, and now that stage is over and ended in the beginning of July, and now you're kind of just setting sail again, which is the energy of the Star card. This is also connected to the astrology of Aquarius, my Geminis. So wherever Aquarius is in your astrology chart may be tuning into this healing, deep healing, renewal, re-inspiration energy for you more so. But generally speaking, in the beginning of July, the first week, potentially, the energies for you were of healing and peace, as it says on this card, as you finally dipped your feet back into your spirit waters and began to swim again. After that, we have the Ace of Acorns coming through for you with the energies that have been present or that will come through in the next 2 weeks leading into August. Ace of Acorns brings in creative force and confidence for you. Ace also brings in new beginnings in jobs and careers, passions, ambitions, and your daily routine might be you might be using your own personal creative force after this healing that has happened for you in the beginning of the month to rearrange your passions, maybe find a job that is more aligned with you now that you've done that healing and know yourself better, which is so beautiful for you, Gemini, with how you are connected to the planet of Mercury, which is all about communication, and how do you get to know yourself and others but through communication. And I feel like this healing and renewal that has happened for you leading into this creative force and confidence in the last half of this month is really it is really you getting to know you, which is just, my heart is just full for you guys and my Geminis. I'm gonna go into this deck now to see how the flow of the 4 weeks of July, or beginning to middle to end type of energy, has been for you. Apparently, I feel like these cards are telling me that you've also been kind of like fluttering your wings again and like stretching out. So if I'm getting this message, if this healing that you've been going through was also like due to like caused you to be like sedentary, like more still, you couldn't move around as much, you're going to be able to mobility is coming back for you, I'm hearing. So we have this card, we have this card, we have this card, and you come, don't do it. There we go. Okay. Whoosh. Okay. Ooh. Oh yeah, definitely some healing coming through. Wow. So, my beautiful Geminis, the beginning of this month was potentially a lot to do with healing for you in the first week or the beginning of it, because we have the Five of Pentacles coming through, and the Five of Pentacles deals with your physical, tangible, material reality, your physical health, well-being, your resources, your job, your finances. And the Five of Health is this energy of when you potentially feel a little trapped or locked out of all of these things. It's a little bit of physical scarcity or lack, feeling unprovided, unsupported for, maybe even a little off balance. But you can see that even though that you might be sitting in these energies or had been sitting in these energies through the beginning of July, you potentially have already found that key. You just had to take a moment to... Part of healing, I'm hearing for you, my Gemini, is to sit in it. Not so you can stew and bring that energy up even higher, but so you can, again, get to know the feeling, because it's funny, the messages coming through, it's like, but how do you unlock something to understand it better without getting to know it? So you sat in the energy not to stew and dwell in it, but to know it so you could unlock it and free yourself from it through the beginning, the first week of July potentially, which did unlock so much for you coming through in the second week of July and onward, because we have after that the Fool, which is a major arcana card, and so is the Star, might I add, and both of these cards are milestones happening for you. So you might see swans, and they're coming through to let you know your healing is real and true. The Fool, as a major arcana card, is this energy of new beginnings, new potential, really taking that leap of faith, or it might even feel like a gamble for you. I love this specific Fool card because she's taking a trust fall with the universe. There's no human there to catch her, but there is a spiritual net at the bottom of the cliff waiting to catch her. So this is like that energy, my Geminis, of when you've gone through that healing, you've unlocked yourself from the scarcity, and now you're being called to, or had been called to potentially through the second week or early to mid-July, to take that trust fall with the universe, know that you will be caught and held, and come to stand in a new reality, a new realization for yourself. And then coming through to the middle of July, to the end of July, we have the Nine of Wands for you, my Taurus, or sorry, not Taurus, my Gemini friends. And the Nine of Wands is all about this energy of resilience, perseverance, and defense, and really standing your ground. Personal boundaries are coming through for you. And if you're still on this healing journey, then these personal boundaries are going to be very supportive for you. And what I'm hearing for you, my Gemini friends, just to know that boundaries, just like this fence, are meant to be porous and to breathe and allow things to flow through still. You get to govern the flow. So you decide what flows in and out, but their boundaries aren't a brick wall. They're meant to be porous and breathe with you and grow with you. So know that you have that ability, your boundaries that you've set up to maintain this new healed self, the new prospects that are coming through within your job, your career, your passions, your ambitions, your physical life are supported, are protected, are being upheld, I'm hearing, in the later half of July with this card. And then ending the energies in July, potentially the fourth week of July, and moving into August, we have another major arcana, which is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is this energy of not moving too quickly, but I mean, like, if you've gone through deep healing where you've unlocked and freed yourself from scarcity, and then took a huge leap of faith and trust fall experience with the universe, and then had to set up boundaries and personal protection and resilience for yourself to uphold and keep aligned with that new healed self, then no wonder you're not going anywhere too quickly, and that is okay. Because you know how she took that trust fall here, or you've taken that trust fall in the beginning of the month? You were caught. I said you were going to be caught and you were held. And this is a beautiful card because the Hangman is an energy of when you might feel stuck or things might feel like they're slow or not really happening. But my Geminis, this is the energy of being held by the universe and in deep flow and connection with the universe. And the universe wants to get to know you better and is here to support you getting to know and unlocking further things about yourself. So if you are feeling stuck, if you're feeling in a stagnant state come the end of July, I'm hearing to communicate, to get to know yourself and the universe more through meditation, whether that is a guided meditation or just silent meditation, walking meditation, listening to just like deep meditative music and doing deep breath work. Get to know yourself in this state where you might feel stagnant, and you will have a reawakening and come into a new light of understanding, even more so than you already have been through this month. That is how the energy of the weeks are kind of aligning for you, my Gemini friends. Let's go in to see what the moon will be doing for you, specifically potentially connected to an astrology sign in your own chart. Okay. Ooh, we have you are loved. You and your loved ones are safe. A new moon energy in Cancer coming through for you. So you might have already actually the new moon in Cancer that we just had the July 5th might have been very powerful for you, my Geminis, with your relationships, your connections, your bonds, potentially even your work relationships, I'm hearing. So know that that is long lasting. This is confirmation that whatever bonding and expressing and healing and releasing you did during the new moon in Cancer in the July 5th is accurate, is true, is real, and is manifesting. You and your loved ones are safe. So this energy of Cancer and new beginnings is coming through for you through the entire month of July. This might have already transpired for you, might have already come through for you a little bit through the beginning of July, but it will carry on through the last few days of July for you, or last few weeks, sorry, of July for you, up into August. So know that you are safe. You are safe, and your loved ones are safe. Know that what you are bringing in and creating for yourself is safe, and also know that the healing that you've undergone is safe. But we're not done yet, friends. Now we're gonna go into this card here, so you can see that you've already been manifesting positive things into your life through July, and that will continue in the last half of July. Ooh, bouncy. Last half of July and into August potentially. And that is, holy smokes, divine guidance coming through for you, my Geminis. You are not alone. No wonder you and your loved ones are safe. You are literally protected. You have been guided divinely from God, Goddess, Universe, Source, whatever higher frequency connects to your heart is what has been guiding you through the beginning of July and will continue to guide you coming into these last 2 weeks in July, leading into August. And we have the affirmation here for you of whispers from the beings who shine. Let their message be clear and kind. So my Geminis, if you feel like you need guidance, if you feel like you need synchronicity, if you feel like you need more clarity from Source, God, Goddess, Universe, Divine, for you to get to know yourself, these energies and everything happening for you, you can use this affirmation of whispers from beings who shine. Let their messages be clear and kind to manifest those synchronicities for you and that divine guidance even more clearly. The last card for you, my Geminis, is a self-care card that will show you how to integrate the energies that have already been present in July and also help you align with the energies that are coming through for you leading into August. And we have the energy of abundance. Yes, love this card. So abundance is your self-care. tuning into the abundance you already have to manifest more abundance for yourself is coming through. And this level of self-care is really just being mindful and aware of the abundance you already have and managing it well through July to help you manifest more of it in the last half of July. And we have here, being a thoughtful steward for the money you already have is a secret to creating more abundance. Trust. When you trust yourself to handle more, that's when more shows up. All right, my beautiful Geminis, that is your reading for July. Trust in the healing that you have experienced. Trust that you are divinely guided. Trust that you are manifesting new things for yourself and that you are loved and cared for. And I hope this reading has resonated for you. And I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my Cancers. How has July been for you so far? This is going to show you, apparently we already have someone coming out to show you what spirit animal has been present for you through the beginning of July. And I'm just going to quickly pull a card, or 2 cards will come out for you. Apparently you had a whole... It's interesting because one of them is the 3 of shells, and there's 3 spirit animals that have been present for you and will continue to be present for you through July. So we have these spirit animals coming forward here of the dolphin to tune into that playfulness and bliss. So you had the energy of playfulness and bliss in your friendships, your connections, your energy, your feelings and your emotions throughout the beginning of July, my Cancerians. And also I feel like you were deeply connecting with your soul family and those closest to you. And then we have, through the middle of July, we have Badger coming through with the 7 of Acorns, determination and stamina. So potentially this playfulness and bliss that you have been surrounded by in the beginning of July is transforming into determination and stamina to help you get to where you want to go and achieve what you want physically in your life in the middle of July. And then we have Crow with Justice, the major arcana card for truth and clarity, coming through for you in the end of July. And all 3 of these animals, Dolphin, Badger, and Crow, may be seen as physical spirit animals throughout July for you as well, or you might have already seen them. And the energy or spirit animal of Crow is standing out to me more so for you through July, specifically for the ending of it for you, with it being a major arcana card. So know that big truths are coming to you, truths that may shift your perception but bring you massive amounts of clarity to help you really tune in and manifest what you want in August. So now that we know that these are the animals that have been present for you in July, that are present for you still through the last half of July, and they bring in these beautiful energies of playfulness, bliss, determination, stamina, and truth and clarity. Let's see how the flow of July has been through the weeks, from beginning to middle and then middle to end for you. We have you, we have you, we have you, and you. Okie dokie. Ooh, Hanged Man, the 4 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, ooh, and then the Empress. Hello. Cancers, you have been doing some relationship manifesting this month, I want to say. And potentially you feel like it hasn't gone very far yet, or hasn't through July in the beginning of it, but is it about to take off? Potentially. So we begin at the beginning of July, the first week of July potentially for you, with the major arcana card of the Hanged Man. And my Cancers, this is the energy when you feel potentially emotionally, energetically stuck, you're not seeing your manifestations come through, and maybe even things feel a little stagnant for you, or you don't really know what direction that you are meant to be going in. and potentially even feel like you're a little bit of like spinning on circles and like a little bit of whirlwind of energy, which might be causing the stuckness. Maybe you feel like you're suspended and held up but spinning, like the cloth that she's being held up on is like on spinning or untwirling, and that feeling is about to come to a close if that's what you've been experiencing. The Hanged Man is also this energy of, through this stuck, potentially spinning, twirling energy that you've been experiencing, my Cancers, this is the energy of a new level of enlightenment, new level of consciousness, spiritual awakening, and new perspectives coming through for you, because the beginning of your July was in that way. From there, we have the energy of the Four of Cups, potentially representing your second week of July or beginning to middle of July for you. The Four of Cups is this energy of when we're kind of overfull of our relationships, our connections, our emotions, our feelings, our bonds with others, kind of oversatiated, kind of complacent with what's happening with them. And we want more. We're kind of dreaming of more, like she is in this card, but at the same time, while still focusing on these old empty cups, you're not even tuning into the blessing that you're being handed. Literally handed. See the little hand down there? Handed by the universe. So snap out of it, I'm hearing. My Cancers, you have so much love and support around you. Just because you have these three empty cups here does not mean that these three dolphins are empty shells. This is like time to transmute. You have your soul family surrounding you. Time to shift. Look into your beautiful present to see the blessings surrounding you, and that new opportunity, new relationship, new connection that might be coming in for you or has been presented to you in the second week, mid to early July, is something brand new, beautiful, and is a blessing of this playfulness and this bliss from the dolphin spirits that you can trust. And boy, do you not even understand potentially, because we have it being handed to you here in the second week of July, and then third week or middle of July leading into the end of July, we have the Two of Cups, which is harmony, bliss, love, connection, reciprocated feelings, balance, all the good like buzzwords you want in a relationship, that you want to feel in a relationship, is manifesting in this relationship. In this cup that you potentially don't even know that you're being handed in July, you are about to be tuned into such a level of love, I'm hearing, in this new relationship, or even this could be even a new passion that you're feeling really hand in hand with, but it is gonna fill your cup, it's gonna fill its own cup, and it's gonna, all the cups are getting full. All the cups are full, I'm hearing from Spirit, with this new connection. Just tune into the realization that what is coming through is something very beautiful. And then after that, we have the ending of July, the fourth week of July potentially, with the Empress, which is another major arcana card, much like the Hanged Man and also Crow Spirit here with Justice. And the Empress is this energy of you, of being this seed, this energy of fertility and prosperity and healing and nurturing and love and compassion. The Empress is such an energy of fertility, which is why she's always with child or pregnant or has children by her, because she's the embodiment of fertile energy. And my Cancers, this might be literal pregnancy for some of you if you've been manifesting, like maybe you have this loving connection already, but you want to bring in that third being into your loving, harmonious family. This is potentially that confirmation for you. If you are not someone who is manifesting a child, motherhood, or fatherhood for yourself, then this is a message of you, for you, my Cancers, that new reality, new life, new version of yourself that you've been working on manifesting and nurturing, potentially behind the scenes, is about to tune in and be birthed into your reality. And I'm hearing that you will receive signs of this in late July to confirm that for you. Okay, so now that we know how the weeks and the beginning to middle to end of July has been for you, my Cancer friends. I'm going to pull you a card from this oracle deck to see how the moon has been for you and will be for you this month with its flavoring. Okay, we have, ooh, a fiery climax in Aries. Interesting. One of the other astrology signs before you got this card as well. It is interesting. So potentially some endings are coming through. Potentially some of these empty cups are still kind of like lingering around in your energetic closet, and you need to like clear out those old cobwebs so you can bring in the new beautiful shiny dishware, is the analogy that Source just gave me for the cups and filling in relationships. And so know that a fiery climax doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be fighting or anger or anything like that. Fire is connected to life force energy, it's connected to passion, and this might also be connecting into Aries, or where Aries is in your chart, my Cancer friends. There might be some sort of passionate, fiery climax happening for you in that area of your chart. So tune into that as well. And then we have here this card to show you what you've been manifesting subconsciously through July and what's coming through. That almost fell under my couch for you in the last half of July. Ooh, interesting. Some similar energies. So we have divine guidance coming through for you, my Cancer friends, in July. It has been here for you through the beginning of July. It will remain and continue through the month and into August for you. And then you can use the manifestation, the affirmation of whispers from beings who shine. Let their messages be clear and kind to help bring in and feel and connect to this energy of divine guidance for you through the rest of July, and to tune into the messages and guidance that you had been receiving in the beginning of July. The last card I'm going to pull for you, my Cancerian friends, is a self-care card to help you integrate the energies that have already been present and align with the energies that are coming through for the end of the month. Middle to end of the month for my Cancers. Ooh, we have action, 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 read all about it. I don't know, that came through for you. I don't know what that means for you. Let it resonate how it does. Maybe some exciting news for you guys. Maybe news you want to share with those that are close to you. But we have the self-care for you of action, which is this action of this self-care of, if you haven't taken action in the beginning of the month, you can start now with baby steps and taking baby steps throughout the rest of July to get you where you want to go, up there. This is not a staircase. These are not actions. This is not a process that you can jump 5 stairs at and then hope to land grounded. This is really like a baby step, one foot on stair, next foot on stair. Pause, 1 foot on stair, next foot on stair, and you go through that process to get safely, groundedly, fully immersed and connected to this new beginning, this new life that is coming through. The message on the back of the self-care card for you, my Cancerian friends, for July to help you integrate and align is baby steps are still steps, and they are better than standing still. All right, my beautiful Cancers, this is your reading for July with its messages and forecast and review. I hope that it aligned with you and follows you through to the following weeks, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, my Leo friends. How has July been for you? I'm going to start here by pulling 2 cards to show you the spirit animals that have been present for you through July already, and that will be coming more present or available, I'm hearing, through the middle and end of July for you, and the energies that they are bringing in and have brought for you this July already. Ooh, this card and this card already. Very clear. So I feel like there's a lot of clarity coming for you in July as well. we have the spirit animals of, ooh, this is so fun, my Leos. I feel like this might be some new energy for you. But we have the owl spirit coming through with the moon card, which is illusion. This is when things might feel kind of murky for you in the beginning of the month to middle of the month of July, my Leo friends. But you are being called, or have been called through the beginning of the month, to trust on your inner knowing, your intuition, your inner guidance and moral compass, to give you that imagination and perception that owl brings in for you. You might have also seen some owl imagery or an actual owl in real life as a spirit animal through the beginning of July. After that, in the middle to end of July for you, my Leos, we have the Ace of Shells with tortoise or turtle spirit, turtle or tortoise spirit coming through for you with the message of happiness and abundance. Yes, yes, yes. Tune into the imagination and perception through owl and lead yourself to happiness and abundance. Ace of Shells is also potentially new relationships happening for you that are bringing you happiness and feelings of abundance, new connections, new heart openings, new spiritual studies happening for you through the middle to end of July that bring you these feelings of warmth, happiness, and abundance as well. And turtle or tortoise, whomever is calling to you, is letting you know that they are here for you through the end of the month as well. Now that we know that these two friends from the animal kingdom are here for you, my Leos, let's see what whoa, hello. Well, this card is already like me immediately. The cards really want to talk to you, my Leos. So let's see what other three cards come out to you, for you to tune into the rest of your July. This one, you, and you. Okie dokie. Oh, I also want to say that the moon is connected to the astrology of Pisces. So wherever Pisces is for you in your astrology chart, my Leo friends may be tuning into this energy of imagination and perception more clearly, more abundantly than in other aspects of your life. So, ooh, we have some, no wonder these cards were popping out for you. Ooh. Ooh, wow, this is beautiful. Hello, my friends. Welcome to July, says the universe. Alright, so the beginning of July, the first week of July for you might have been very passionate, very activated, very in charge, very motivated, with this Queen of Wands coming through. The Queen of Wands is someone who is very charismatic, very magnetic and attractive, potentially on the physical level, but more so on an energetic level. The Queen of Wands is someone who, this is you or someone else coming through in your life in the beginning of July that has this energy where they walk into a room and just steal the attention. Not because they're calling it all flashily, although if you're Leo, you might be inclined to have the attention on yourself in a really blessed way. But this is just thriving in the attention, thriving in that passionate, activated energy where you're in charge, you're on it, you're on the go, you're balancing your work life, your passions, your family, and everything is going smooth for you, just like she has her hand like this. That's the energy that has been present for you potentially in the first week of July or the beginning of July for you, leading into the King of Wands in the second week of July that you experienced, or beginning to middle of July. The King of Wands is this energy, again, is potentially someone coming through for you who matches this description, or is this energy becoming present within your own being and your own life, my Leo friends, of having built up that abundance from scratch, that abundance and happiness from scratch, and now being able to just dwell and live and be comfortably seated and grounded within it. I'm hearing with this this wolf dog is coming through as another spirit animal for you to let you know that your loyalty, your dedication, your commitment to stay at the side of your dreams and what you're building for yourself physically, as this is a Pentacles card, is confirmed. Confirmed, confirmed, says Wolf Dog. Confirmed, straight from Wolf Dog himself. And that is the message for you that maybe you have received or needed to hear for the second week of July, my Leos. Then, middle to leading into the end of July, we have the Hanged Man coming through. And the Hanged Man is this energy of potentially feeling stuck or ungrounded is coming through for you, for some of you, my Leos. And knowing that even though you might feel like you're not going anywhere, you're feeling ungrounded, you're feeling stuck, you are so fully supported and held up by God is coming through for some of you who resonate with that frequency. For those of you who don't, it is coming through as just that higher loving power. God, Goddess, Universe, Source, Divine is literally the one holding up this this cloth that is keeping you safe and allowing you to connect more deeply to your own intuition and imagination and perception, and also connect more deeply to Source, God, Goddess, Universe, Divine, my Leos, and really foresee and forecast for yourself through this period of stillness. I'm hearing where you want to land when you are no longer in this held state. And with that, know that all of your dreams are going to come true, potentially, my Leo friends, in the end of the month, because we have the Nine of Cups as the last card in your July forecast and review. This is representing the last week, the 4th week of July, or the ending of July for you. And the Nine of Cups is colloquially known as the wishes come true, the dreams come true card. And happiness and abundance right here is confirming that all these manifested wishes that you've unlocked or been hoping to unlock for yourself, confirmed. Don't fight this process, just allow it to surface with you. When I pull this card, or when this card is pulled in my readings with my clients that I see privately, I always give them the message of, you see how she is submerged? The water is up here, my Leos. That's the surface of the water. And I know you guys are passionate and strong and have the energy of a lion and you want to go do the doing, but the energy of this card is, have you ever tried to kick and punch and fight while submerged underwater? You don't go anywhere. You stay stuck when you try to kick and punch underwater. But if you just breathe, fill your lungs, that itself will float you to the surface with all of those 9 cups that you've been manifesting for yourself. And you best be believing they're coming in through the ending of July for you with this Ace of Shells, which is also a Cups card, and abundance and happiness coming through with that. Now that we have an idea for you, my Leos, of how the energy is flowing through July for you and has been potentially for you in the beginning of July, I'm going to go into this card so that you can see how the moon itself has potentially flavored this month for you already and how it may continue to throughout July. Ooh, we have surrender with the full, just straight up full moon. Straight up full moon. No astrology connected to this. Surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine. Know that you are held. Stop trying to fight the cloth that is literally keeping you upheld and safe, and surrender to the divine. I'm hearing this message for you, my Leos, with this full moon of surrendering to the divine. Is there's this story that I say with the strength card sometimes, which is the card that is connected to Leo of the major arcana, where it's about a boy who pulls a thorn from a lion's paw and calms the situation. And if you are feeling like you are that lion that has a thorn in your paw, or has had a thorn in your paw since the beginning of July or longer, and you've just been like, I see you almost like that lion lying down, like trying to like teeth it out yourself, it's not gonna work. You gotta let the divine pull that thorn out for you. Let your inner child, your inner boy or girl or being pull that thorn out for you. And surrender that thorn to the divine. I'm hearing this message of, the more you try to tear it out with your teeth, like that lion energy wants to, the more it'll be pushed in. So surrender it to the divine. All right, but that's not even the end of this message for you through July. Next, we're going to see what these Ace of Shells, these new manifestations that you're already bringing in through this month are for you, and give you an affirmation to call them in consciously. All right, we have here, ooh, Destiny, and look, she's resting on a moon. We have the literal moon card here, and then we have surrender it to the divine. My Leos, I love you. I don't know how much more clear this can get to you that you need to surrender it to the divine. And so we have Destiny and 8. 8 is also your birth month if you are an August Leo. And so know that this month coming up in August, this is everything that's transpiring for you. This thorn that you might be feeling, the call to surrender it, it's all gonna happen for you, preordained, predestined for you in your birth month of August coming through. And you can call in this energy of destiny and rest and surrendering to the divine with this affirmation of all that I shall need to know as I walk, I shall be shown. To call in that energy of destiny, surrendering to the divine, letting it hold you and letting you pull that thorn from your paw. Last but certainly not least, my Leos, I'm going to pull you a card, a self-care card to help you integrate the energies that have already been present for you through July, and also align you with the energies that are coming through for you in the last half of July. Oh. Ooh, we have, ooh, self. I love this card. This is setting yourself free. Maybe this is setting yourself free by surrendering, which I know is a very bizarre concept that our minds are confused by, but our hearts completely understand. The cage that she is opening is also a heart-shaped door. So maybe tune into what your heart is telling you. Maybe your heart is telling you to surrender while your head is telling you to tear at it some more. My beautiful, strong Leos. And again, if you are feeling these energies of the thorn in your paw or the elusiveness of the moon, then let this message help you to integrate the beginning of July and align you with the energies of the ending of July, which are, if you're beating yourself up, if beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. All right, my beautiful, strong, bright Leos, thank you so much for tuning into this July reading. I hope this reading resonated with you for how your July has been and will flow into these beautiful new beginnings that have been forecasted in this reading for you today. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my fellow Virgo suns. I too am a Virgo sun, and this reading will be for the Virgo suns to see what spirit animals have been present through the beginning of July and are present still through the middle of July to the ending of it, and that's what this first deck will show us. We have this one coming through and this one. Alright, my Virgo friends, the spirit animals that have been present for us and will continue to be present for us through July. We first have the Heron with the Four of Shells bringing us soul searching and re-evaluation. Whew, some big energies for us Virgos. So the beginning of this month, the first 2 weeks of this month have been a lot about searching ourselves, reflection, diving deep within our hearts to really figure out what we want and reevaluating some aspects of our lives that maybe don't feel resonant with us anymore on an emotional, spiritual energy. And we have Heron spirit coming through to let us know that this can be a slow, steady process. This isn't something we have to rush into right away. And we might be seeing Herons through the beginning of July to let us know that we are on track with this. Sorry, my friends, I just need to have a little bit of water here. And then we have through the last half of July, the Ace of Pentacles with Panda coming through with manifestation and prosperity. Woof! Gotta love that, my Virgos. So Panda Spirit is coming through for us in the last half of July, bringing us prosperity and our new manifestations on a physical, tangible, material level, with it being a crystals card. This is letting us know that those physical material things that we've been wanting to bring in, my Virgos, in our health, our wellness, our physical life, our job, our career, our finances, our resources, have the potential to come through for us the last 2 weeks of this month. Now that we know the energies and the spirit animals that are present for us through the month of July, my Virgos, let's tune in to see what the energy flow has been like for us through the separate weeks. I already have that one coming through to begin with. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that is a fumble. I say to my own clients privately that I see, sometimes it's the universe and sometimes it's just me being a klutz. That was me being a klutz. Okie dokie. So 3 more cards. Oh, 2 more. Ooh, hello. 2 more cards for us for July. Whew, some big energies for us this July, my Virgos. Wow. Okie dokie artichokes. So I feel like the first half of this month for my Virgos it's gonna feel very new and potentially intense in a really positive and heart-opening way, I want to say, that will lead into some positive shifts for the Virgos and us moving forward. So we start at the beginning of July, the first week of July potentially, with the Fool, and I love this Fool card because she's taking a trust fall with the universe. So potentially in the first week of July, the beginning of this month, us Virgos were called to take a leap of faith, to try something new, to take a trust fall and do something daring to switch up our reality and get us onto a new level. And even though there's no human there to catch her, there is something better than a human to catch her for this trust fall, my Virgos. It is the universe and the web of the beautiful interconnection of life itself is here to catch you with this trust fall, with this leap of faith that the beginning of July has potentially presented you with. After that, coming into the middle of July, potentially the second week of July, for some of us Virgos, we have the Star, which is another major arcana. Much like the Fool is, these are huge energies, which is why I said the beginning of July is potentially a little intense, a little high energy for us. The Star is this beautiful energy of when we've potentially felt like we've been knocked down in the past, but now we're reconnecting to our soul, reconnecting to our guidance. You can see that she has this strand of beautiful energy connecting to her, to this higher light that she is also looking at herself. This is feeling renewed strength, renewed inspiration, getting back up on your feet again. The Star is also a message of complete and full system healing, physical healing for us Virgos, mental healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing, and renewal through all aspects and levels and parts of our life and physical system, mental, emotional, spiritual system. And with that massive beginning of July, we have, leading into the middle or third week of July, the 10 of Wands. And Wands is our daily job, our career, our passions, and our ambitions. And my Virgos, this means that some long trek you've been on, that we've been on with our daily life, our job, our passions, our career is coming to an end for us in the third week to middle endish of July. And we might need to put down some, part of my language, but this is the word coming through for us, shit, to really make it home feeling renewed still and not just waste all this beautiful energy that we've restored on this last trek home. So whatever us Virgos need to put down to not feel over encumbered by our daily lives, responsibilities, tasks, job, career, this is something that we can choose to come back to in the past, or come back to in the future, I should say. But for now, it is best for us to assess and tune into what is not necessary, what is not in the highest good for us, that we can put down now, so that this last stint is coming through as a stint for us Virgos. This last stint home can be more restful, be more rejuvenated, and then the energy of this healing will still be present and full when you reach your goal or home or a finish line. Then the last card for the last week, potentially 4th week or ending of July, we have is the 6 of Wands, which is this beautiful card of, it's like, the way I describe this card, because traditionally the 6 of Wands is I always feel it as a woman warrior riding back into camp or base on horseback, and she has the same wreath and wand like this woman does, and there's 5 other wands below the horse cheering her on with accolades. So this is the energy of the battle was won, though the war may be over. She is returning home from the battle, returning home from the work, the process, the effort. Now that you've put through that effort, you can return to your base, to your balance, to your grounding, with praise, acknowledgement, accolades, success, people wanting more potentially. There's spiritual hands on the bottom of this card in the foreground, like the audience that are like, encore, encore. So potentially something you're bringing out or presenting to your community, your job, your career, your friends, your family, even a new routine is gonna bring you levels of success, bring you accolades, bring you accomplishment and joy and achievement coming through the ending of July. Now, my Virgos, that we know what potentially is transpiring through July energetically in our lives, and the energies that are supporting us and that will be present, I'm gonna pull this card to tune into. Woo! Okay, those all came face up. So there's a lot of lunar energy happening for us in July, my Virgos. We have the lunar energy of conclusions are within reach. This gives me this energy, and it also gives me this energy. Conclusions are within reach. This is the full moon eclipse. So it's interesting because the full moon eclipse is this energy of a massive portal happening. There's this energy of eclipses always bring portals, and they're also this energy of what you choose to not work on will be presented to you to be worked on through this conclusions that are coming to reach. Just because there might be physical things obscuring this conclusion for you right now, my Virgos, know that it is within reach and it will be coming more clear, I'm hearing, through the ending of the month for you. We also have another full moon in the Leo, so wherever your Leo is in your chart, my Virgos, this full moon is speaking specifically to that area potentially, but it says don't let your pride get in your way. And this is coming through for 2 different aspects for us, especially with this, because the ego also loves success, and it's a lesson for everyone, but potentially a more lesson for us Virgos this July, to keep the pride heart-based and not head-based. There's pride that comes from the heart that still is humble and kind and grounded and loving, and then there's pride that comes from the heart that puffs up your chest and makes you feel all confident and yeah, I'm better than everyone, and that is swipe it left. That's not going to help you with any type of new physical endeavor that you want to bring in. Tune into the pride, the self-confidence, the self-love within your heart, and let the message of wherever Leo is in your chart, my Virgos, to know that you can tune into that self-loving pride in your heart, but be mindful of the pride and the messages of puffiness in your head that might be speaking to you through the ending of the month. I'm hearing for that. And now we have the last lunar card for us in July, my Virgos, is to hold your vision. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. So it's interesting because the fixed moon is also very much like the fourth, or the, I believe it's like the first quarter moon is what this feels like to me almost. And the first quarter moon is where that first little challenge or bump comes in, and it's the first kind of like challenge accepted. As I said, if you saw the Moonology part of this reading, the very beginning, it's the energy of like challenge accepted, prove me wrong. If you feel like maybe your ego is, or your pride is not something that's actually making you puff up, maybe it's giving you a little bit of an inferiority complex about yourself, hold your vision through the lessons, through the shifting energies of this month, and know that when you hold your vision, there's potential for it to come through for you in really big and amazing ways. Alrighty, couple other cards for us, my Virgos. We have this card to show us what we're manifesting on a subconscious level and give us an affirmation to call in this energy more consciously. We might have already seen message of this coming through for us in July, and we have the energy of glamour coming through for us in July, my beautiful Virgos. And this, we can use the into this mirror I now see the realms of possibility. The realms of possibility. Into this mirror I now see the realms of possibility as an affirmation to call in these new possibilities and manifestations that are coming through for Virgos, us Virgos in July. This might also be extra powerful to do in front of a mirror with left eye gazing, or eye gazing in general while speaking and feeling this affirmation is coming through for my Virgos. Last but certainly not least, we have a self-care card for us Virgos to help us integrate the energies that have already been present through July and also align with the energies that are coming through for us in the last half of the month. Ooh. Okay, I feel it's actually this one, and all of these other ones are going away. Okay, we have security coming through for us Virgos this month to help us integrate and also align with, sorry, I'm stuck to my chair, to help us integrate and align with the energies that are surrounding us this July. This is the self-care of depositing energy resources into all of the banks of life, not just the bank accounts that hold the money, but the self-care, the worth, the health bank accounts. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of deposits being made, and the message for us Virgos for integration and alignment with the July energies is true security comes from having a reserve of time, space, energy, personal power, and love. Make deposits in all of these accounts and you will be a wealthy person indeed. Alright, my Virgos, this is your reading for the flow of July, the energies you might have already experienced, and the positive omens and guides for you through the animal kingdom, and those that are coming through for the last half of July that we are about to experience. I hope this reading has resonated for you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my lovely Libras. This is your July forecast and review. I'm going to pull you a couple cards from this first deck to show you the spirit animals and their energies that they've brought for you already in July, and will be continuing to bring in for this last half of July for you. Okay, we have two spirit animals for you. We have, ooh, I feel like there's a lot of wild cat type of energy, a lot of fierce energy coming through for you in July. maybe calling you into action for things. First, we have the Five of Acorns with Panther Spirit coming through with challenge and growth. So with this card, I'm hearing potentially that the beginning of July or the beginning to middle of July for you is something that maybe challenged you a little bit within your daily life, your job, your career, or what you've come to know as your mundane everyday life potentially. And this challenge that has arose for you, or this obstacle is coming through, has really given you the opportunity to grow and vocalize is what's coming through for you, my Libras, with the beginning to middle of July. So know that you can still vocalize these things that have happened potentially for you in the beginning of July, but we have Panther here coming for you, or Jaguar, I should say, coming through for you to let you know that any challenges that you've experienced in the beginning of July have led to growth for you. And then in the latter half of July for my Libras, we have Tiger Spirit, the King of Crystals, with courage and commitment. So what was I saying about that payoff and the growth, the challenges that the beginning of this month has had for you, my Libras, has led to growth, which then leads to courage being grown and commitment being stabilized. So Tiger is here for you. I'm also hearing through Tiger Spirit to know that if you've had to adapt any energy through this challenge and growth, that it is worthy of the commitment that you put into it, because Tiger is also a very adaptable feline energy. If Tiger is an energy that loves to be a regular cat, but also loves to dive into the water and swim and play in water, which most other cats are like, hard no. So know that if you feel like you're that odd tiger out, that odd cat out that likes to swim when all the other cats are like, what's wrong with you? That commitment to that growth and change to tune into that level of you is being commended this month, I'm hearing. So now that we know that these energies are surrounding you and present for you, and you have all this fierce cat feline energy happening for you this month, let's see what the flow is like for you. Okay. We have this one, we have you, we have you, and we have you. Okie dokie, artichoke Libras. Ooh, beautiful. Oh yes, Ooh, interesting. Wow. Wowzers, Libras. What a July for you guys. So we begin, potentially the beginning of this month, the first week of July for you, with the Ten of Pentacles, which is this energy of feeling the abundance, the prosperity you have, the physical assurance and material wealth and resources that you have. I feel like I keep on getting ignition this year, so I feel like sources trying to speak to you, trying to whisper things in your ear, potentially through this month, and potentially about your finances and how abundant they are. This is having the wealth, the resources, the stability, the prosperity to have a solid foundation and enough for yourself, more than enough for yourself, and having enough to give, to share, to spend, to put responsibly towards what you need to, and having that buffer still. So potentially the beginning of this month for you, the first week of July, you tuned into the realization of how much abundance and prosperity and physical, material wealth and health and stability you have, my Libras. Then, with that as the potential beginning or first week of July, we have the Queen of Pentacles coming through for the beginning to middle of July, or second week of July for us, with knowing, sitting in the knowing of this beautiful abundance and prosperity, and being grateful and feeling sheltered by that prosperity in the second week of July, and just sitting back with it in gratitude. I'm hearing gratitude journaling for you, some of my Libras, to really connect in more so to that energy of abundance and prosperity and safety and security on a physical, tangible level. And then third week of July, moving into the middle to end of July, we have the Knight of Swords for my Libras here. And the Knight of Swords is an action and movement card, and it's actually one of the fastest moving energetic cards within all of the tarot deck. And this means that within your daily life, or within the third week of July, middle to end of July, you will be potentially, your aspects of your life, your own mindset, your personal power will be changing on a dime for a really positive level. You might also be called to take action in a really swift way, and momentum may be picking up for you guys through the latter half of this month of July in a really high speed but guided way. You can see there's still a guide guiding you through this accelerated energy, and potentially things turning around on a dime for you through the middle to end of this month of July, my Libras. After that, we have the ending of the Hierophant for the end of July. This is the energy of seeking to become a teacher or a student, expanding your knowledge, connecting to spiritual awakening or higher consciousness, seeking a mentor or becoming a mentor, and really following that path, those stairs upward to a higher understanding and better knowing of yourself, your traditions, or potentially even passing down the traditions to others during the last end of this month, or last week of this month, the ending of July for you, my Libras, in a really profound way, as well as this is a major arcana card. This is a bigger flow of energy happening for the last duration of the month, the last week or so of July for you, my lovely Libras. Let's go into this deck now to see how the moon will be flavoring the month of July for you and how it has potentially already. Woo! We have 3 cards here. We have a personal issue reaches resolution, a full moon in Cancer. So as these cards fell out this, I want to say potentially the beginning of this month of July for you, my Libras, a personal issue reaches resolution for you within your family, your connections, your friends, even work colleagues. If you feel like there has been tension between those that you're connected to in a deep loving relationship, that tension is coming to a close, or had come to a close in the beginning of July for you. Coming into the middle of July, the moon shifts into a different full moon energy, which is the energy of Gemini. The answers you need are coming. So know that if you've been seeking guidance from I'm hearing guidance coming through email, specifically for some of you. So potentially you'll receive some guidance, some messages, some communication that really gives you the answers that you need. Maybe you tune into self-awareness and meditation and you find the answers you need within yourself. Maybe you have a conversation or are seeing someone you know. Maybe you have a soul sister who's like a twin for you, a soul brother who's like a twin for you, and you seek and you receive the answers you need from them throughout the middle of July, my Libras. And then after that, we have throughout the end of the July month for us, for you Libras, is the new moon in Pisces with meditation and contemplation. So know that whatever has been on your heart and on your mind is coming to resolution, and that there's clarity coming through, and with that you are given the opening, I'm hearing from source, to meditate and contemplate on what you want to bring in with the next new moon and new month coming in August. And that is how the moon is flavoring the month, or has already been flavoring the month for my lovely Libras. A couple other cards for you, my Libra friends. We have this deck here that's going to show you a manifestation you're already bringing in subconsciously and give you an affirmation to bring it in more actively. And we have dream sweet, sleep deep. Sleep that's deep and lasts till morn, wondrous dreams for days reborn. So if you've been wondering about, will this actually come to fruition? Yes. Days reborn. Yes. So you can also program your sleep to call in this in through this saying on the bottom of this card. And you can also, I'm hearing for you, my Libras, through the remaining of this month, and to help you kind of integrate any lessons that have come through in the month already for you. You can set an intention before you go to sleep, just before you, when you lie down, before you close your eyes to sleep, just, you can even say it out loud or just in your mind. My intention for my sleep tonight is fill in the blank. And then you can repeat it to yourself as you're falling asleep, and then it will program your subconscious with that energy and intention as you're sleeping to potentially give you those wondrous dreams and days reborn to call forth. Last but certainly not least, I have a self-care card to help the Libras tuning into this reading to integrate the energy that has been present through July and also align with the energy coming in. And that is your card on the floor right there. Okay, woo, beauty, yes. Yes, this is beauty of the moment. This is realizing how beautiful you are, my Libras, and to know that the best self-care for you to help you integrate the beginning of July energies and align with the energies coming through in July for the last half of the month is to know that today you are a curator of beauty. You are blessed with moments that let you know, like this one, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that all is well in the world. Alright, my beautiful Libras, that is your July review and forecast for the energies that have been present already and that will be flowing in through the last half of this month. I hope this reading resonated with you, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye! Hello, my Scorpio friends. How is July for you guys so far? This first deck is going to show you the spirit animals and energy that have been present for you in July through this first half of the month, and the ones that are going to become present, and the energy that will become present for you, well, during the last half. Apparently you have a whole fleet of spirit animals and energies coming through for you. 4 to be precise. I feel like there's a lot of big energies happening for you this month, and so each section or week of this month has been governed by a spirit animal for you. We start this month for you with the first week, and we have the Empress coming through for you with the spirit of Rabbit, my Scorpios. So the beginning of July, the first week of July, has been all about tuning into the energies of beauty and abundance, healing, fertility, and nurturing yourself and nurturing those in your life. With the spirit of Rabbit and Empress for the first week. We also have the second week with the Six of Feathers, a Dragonfly spirit with transition and insight coming through for you, my Scorpios. So this is this energy of knowing that you're going through some changes, which is maybe why you have so many spirit animals and positive energies they're bringing in for you, is that you know you're going through a transition that's starting to become apparent to you this second week, beginning to middle of July. And I'm seeing that this is like going to reconnect you to a love or potentially a soul family member, even more so, because I'm tuning into this dragonfly spirit for you. And when dragonflies mate, they like connect and they kind of form like a heart shape that kind of like flies around everywhere. And I feel like this transition and insight that you've been receiving through the second week of July, beginning to middle of July, is connecting you to that other dragonfly spirit that's going to form that other half of that flying heart. Third week to middle of end of July, we have the Nine of Shells with Penguin spirit coming through with gratitude and fulfillment. Oh my gosh. So potentially your dreams for your life in July are starting to come to fruition for you this third week or middle to end of July. You start to see them all kind of pile up for you, my Scorpios, at your feet. And this is also a message for you that if you feel like you potentially have so much abundance of your wishes that have come true, and they're starting to almost like pile up at your feet, like I said, through the third week of middle to end of July, to know that you also have the opportunity and the availability and tuned into this abundance to begin with, to share and gift these other shells and wishes to others as you feel called to for this last half of the month. And last but certainly not least, with the fourth week or ending of July, we have Bumblebee spirit with the Three of Crystals, collaboration and productivity coming through for you, my Scorpio friends. So know that you're going to be, I'm hearing you're going to be all the buzz, and you're going to be tuning into people. If you've been manifesting soul collaborators, creative community collaborators for yourself, even just people that are more in line with your creative vision, your life, your path. That's going to be coming in for you with the Three of Crystals, and you're going to be able to really perfect that hive of yours come the ending of July, my Scorpios. Okay dokie. So already we know that there's a whole bunch of spirit animals and positive energies supporting you through this month, my Scorpios, with beauty, abundance, transition, and insight, gratitude, fulfillment, collaboration, and productivity. Now, what else can we know? Because that's just the energies. Let's see what the weeks ahead will be for us. For you guys, I am Virgo Sun, but Scorpio rising. So, a little bit of, definitely a transition happening, but it looks like it's a beautiful one for you. And I also have a really special message in here with one of these other tarot cards. So, this month feels a little bit more divided or sectioned out for you, my Scorpios, with how this reading flows. We start here at the beginning of July again with the Empress, but also the Page of Cups potentially for the beginning or first week of July. The Page of Cups is letting you know that there's some sort of new invitation, new opening of the heart, new inspiring message coming through for you, especially with this Nine of Shells. This speaks to me because I love this card in particular because I say, what's your biggest dream? I'm back, and as I was saying, I love these two cards together for you, my Scorpios, because this means that through the month of July, those big wishes that feel like maybe they'd only happen if potentially pigs fly for you are coming through in abundance. In abundance for you. Potentially you've already been seeing some of them happen for you and chime in the beginning of this month already. Coming through to the beginning to middle of the month, we have the energy of Temperance, which is a major arcana card. Temperance is an energy of going slow, taking your time, blending, alchemizing, and moderating the energies, tasks, ambitions, and dreams you have through the beginning to middle of the month of July. With Temperance, you can see this is alchemizing your masculine energy with your feminine energy, your action with your intuition. This is also the divine feminine and divine masculine energies really harmonizing for you in the second week to beginning to middle of July, my beautiful Scorpios, in a really big way, and call on your angels as well, I'm hearing. Through the middle of July for my Scorpios, we have the Ten of Swords coming through, which is why I was getting this message of this being almost like cordoned or sectioned off for you with this July, because we have these two cards, the Page of Cups with Temperance, and then we have the Ten of Swords, which is some sort of transition or ending happening for you. This is a finale happening potentially within your own thoughts, your own perception, your own personal power, or some aspect of your life. This might also be you saying goodbye to some old friendships, old energies, old habits of yours that are no longer serving you, and these might have been things that you've been held on to for a while, and so it might seem kind of like a sweet, sorrowful goodbye to watch these things fly away from you, my Scorpios, but know that because of that, you are walking into a beautiful, vast new horizon come the last half of this month of July. We also have here the King of Wands for the middle to later part of July, moving into the third week. The King of Wands is this energy of being an entrepreneur, being very driven, very motivated, very go-getting, also very confident and very clear with where you stand in your personal power. So I feel like whatever was maybe blocking that feeling of personal power for you has dissolved through the middle of the month, and now coming to the end of the month, you're tuning into a new level of ambition and drive and enthusiasm for your passion, your daily life, your job, your career. And then coming into the end of July, we have another really powerful card for you, my Scorpios, potentially into the last week or fourth week of July. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is this energy of all that hard work you've put into your physical, tangible, material life, your job, your career, your wealth, your finances, your physical well-being, your home, is all coming ready to harvest with this card. And I love this card for manifestation in particular because you can use this as a visualization technique, my Scorpios, to manifest this for you coming towards the end of the month. You see how she's plucking down that pentacle for a tree? Take a moment, visualize your manifestations you want, my Scorpios, in that tree above you, and pluck it down. Pluck it down. And you can even, through that visualization and manifestation technique, even test potentially to see how ripe those manifestations are that are hanging above you, to see maybe you even want to leave them on the vine a little longer so they're extra juicy, extra full, and extra ripe for you when you choose to harvest them come the end of July. And that is the energetic forecast and flow from the beginning of July to mid-July, which you've already potentially experienced with the Page of Cups and Temperance, moving through to the middle of July with the Ten of Swords, and end of July with the King of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles for you, my Scorpios. Next, we have this card here to show you how the moon energy might be flavoring your month and what's happening for you around that. Ooh, we have here, be bold and make the first move, the cardinal moon. So this is not connecting to any particular part of your chart, my Scorpios, but in generally for what has happened in July already for you. Know that it's time to make that first move for what you've set in place. And this is also making me think of this card with her reaching up. You don't need to wait for an invitation to make that first move. I'm also hearing with this King of Wands, the King of Wands is someone who's like on the edge of a seat. He's like that little kid on the road trip that asks 10 million times if they're there yet. And he's not asking any permission to be that enthusiastic or that ready or to make that first move. He just goes for it. So use that energy for yourself to tune into the moon and the flow of what's happening for you in July. Next, I'm going to go into this deck for my Scorpios to tune into what you guys are manifesting subconsciously and give you an affirmation to call it in more actively. I feel like this card just wanted to join in. Ooh, we have a dream, sweet, sleep, deep. Sleep that's deep and lasts till morn, wondrous dreams of days reborn. So your sleep space, your dream space, my Scorpios, through potentially you've been experiencing some very profound dreams in July already, and you may continue to, I'm hearing, potentially experience prophetic dreams. Some of you, your dreams also have healing for you. They have manifestations and insights for you. So I'm hearing to, if you remember the dreams that you've had in the beginning of this month, to journal what you remember. Even what you remember, as minute as it may seem, can plant a seed to help you remember more dreams if dream journaling is something you also want to get into. And know that your sleep is also a place for you to set intentions to heal and manifest as well. Just simply lie down, and before you fall asleep, tell yourself out loud or in your head, my intention for my sleep tonight is fill in the blank. And then it will be connected to your subconscious through sleep. And you will wake up with that energy the next day. So that is what you're manifesting through your subconscious: better dream, better sleep, better rest, more profound dreamscape messages, my Scorpios. Last but certainly not least, we have a self-care card for you to help you integrate the energies that have been present for you in the beginning of July and help you align with the energies that are coming in for you through this end of the month. Ooh, we have priorities for you, my Scorpios. So there might be some things on your schedule that potentially have already transpired as we are halfway through the month now that weren't priorities for you. And this is a message to help you through that for the last 2 weeks, the last part of this month. You have the personal authority. You have the personal authority to rearrange your daily life, your schedule, your priorities to match your highest good and your highest self. Not what the world, your friends, your family, your job might be telling you is the most important thing, but what is your heart telling you is the most important thing to put at that top of the schedule for the remaining time of July, and also to help you tune in that potentially you have already started doing that through the beginning of July and not even being aware of it. The message on the back of this card to help you integrate and align with July is the quality of your life is determined by how you spend your time. Make your schedule reflect the life you want. All right, my beautiful Scorpios, this is your July forecast and review to show you the energies that have been present for you and that will flow through to the end of this month and into August, and to let you know that your dreams are coming through loud and clear for you, serendipity is coming through loud and clear for you, and to know that you have the right to prioritize and rearrange your schedule and your priorities to match the life you want and your highest good. I hope this reading for July resonated with you, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye! Hello, my Sagittarius friends. I hope July has been well for you. I'm going to start this reading for you. Oh, Marsha has left the building. That was my cat. She's been sleeping back there behind me and she just decided that she was over it. So potentially throughout July you've come into some sort of realization for yourself that there are things that you were also over. Let's see what animal, spirit guides, and positive energy has been here for you in the beginning of the month and that will be here for you in the end of the month. So that one right on top. Wanted to slide forward. So through the beginning of July to the middle of July, we have the King of Acorns with Stallion with optimism and innovation. So what this lets me know, my Sagittarius friends, that is the beginning of July to the middle of July, this energy and spirit animal of Stallion has been rearing up for you, just like maybe that energy of my cat jumping down from the cabinet has behind me has kind of like caused action to happen in your life. But this is like innovation and optimism that has been fueling this action for you. The King of Acorns is someone who is very driven, very motivated, very entrepreneurial, very active, very go-getter, very passionate, and so potentially the beginning of July has felt very much in alignment of this for you, and has also brought forth a renewed energy of personal power and personal activation. I'm like feeling like rise up almost from like solar plexus or heart even up to crown for you, my Sagittariuses, through the beginning of July, with optimism and innovation coming through that has blessed the beginning of this month for you and will continue to for the remaining of it. Leading into the middle to end of July, we also have, I just realized that you have some divine masculine, very strong energy coming through, because we have two kings. We have the King of Acorns and the King of Feathers coming through for you, so divine masculine energy coming through for you, my Sagittarius, is really strong, confident, active, engaged energy coming through for you, even potentially even some strong, positive male figures in your life coming through for you throughout the full month of July. I just want to say that as well. The King of Feathers here with logic and justice is coming through, so that this passionate ambition that you had in the beginning is now gonna like settle in and ground in a really firm, solid way, and it's gonna bring forth new levels of understanding through the end of July for you with this new level of logic. This is like clearer logic coming through, a new sense of justice for yourself, personal power coming through with that justice as well, to like balance your own scales or have the awareness that you have the power to balance your own scales through the last half of July and moving into August energetically. Now that we know that the energies that are surrounding you and the spirit animals of Stallion and Lion King coming through, let's see what the flow of the month will be like for you, my friends. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Ooh, no wonder there's a call to action here. Interesting. Okay, so what we have for you here, my Sagittarius friends, is that the beginning of July, potentially the first week of July for you, was the Nine of Wands type of energy, which calls us to stand guard, form boundaries, call upon our personal resilience, our defense, our reliance upon ourselves to protect what is our own, protect our job, our career, our passions, and our ambitions in a really strong and grounded way, create healthy boundaries for our lives in our daily lives as well. And this is a boundary that is porous. You can see that there's quite a lot of airflow coming through this fence, but she is part of the fence. You are one with your boundaries. You're not separate from them. And this is also, she governs, you govern the coming and going, the flow of energy through this boundary that you have created for yourself, to know that it is safe, it is strong, and that the time and energy you've put in to build it and make it last has been confirmed from source for you, my Sagittarius friends. Coming into the middle of July, or the second week of July, we have the energy of the Devil coming through, which is a major arcana card that is a little bit dark. You can see the Devil is this energy for you, my Sagittarius, where I feel like your mind is really testing you, and your old past limiting beliefs, old subconscious habits or patterns are kind of maybe coming up to like bite you in the butt, it feels like. Maybe that's why the King of Stallions is here, is rearing up. Maybe the devil bit him in the ass, pardon my language. But this is also a message to let you know that the cords that you had felt connected to that old energy are cut. The cords are cut, you see? The cords are cut, my friends, my Sagittarius friends, and so you really just need to dust them off. And you have this power. You have, not only, it's also interesting that the stallion would come through for you, my Sag friends, being as you have that grounded stallion horse vitality and energy in your astrology sign as part man, part horse, or elk or deer, I believe. But this is this energy of like, you don't have to stand for it, I'm hearing. You are the master of your own mind. And those cords from your past are already cut. The intimidation, the overwhelm that you have felt is just lingering. It's not new. So know that you have the power to free yourself from any limiting beliefs. You have the power to right any subconscious wrongs that you feel are causing you any overwhelm. And know that you are sovereign in yourself. Know that the cords are already cut. So look up and see the light, because the cords are cut, I'm hearing. Oof, that's a message for you. So potentially that was your second week of July, or you might be feeling that energy already. Then we have here the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is this energy of your hard work physically paying off for you, and you being able to harvest those dreams, those wishes, those fruitions, that stuff that you've been manifesting for your physical, tangible reality. This is that coming through for you in a really grounded, strong way that you can be grateful for. You know that's gonna last. You can see that she's the one that built that beautiful fence, planted that tree that is now producing for her, and you did that work. You put all that blood, sweat, tears, time, effort, and energy in. And so you are the ones that get to harvest that beautiful energy. And those beautiful rewards come the middle to end of July, or potentially around the third week of July. The fourth week of July, or towards the ending of July, you get deep levels of rest with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is self-care, it's deep levels of rest and restitution, self-love, sabbatical even. So potentially this is calling you to go on some sort of vacation to let your mind, body, soul, heart recharge. If you've been putting in a whole bunch of work and doing a whole bunch of healing, you deserve that time away to tune back into your own core and replenish come the end of July, or the fourth week of July. Then I will go into this to show you how the moon could be affecting your month, or has been affecting your month already. We have, a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. My oh my. Sagittarius, what have you been manifesting? We have new romance coming through, flavoring your entire month. Potentially it has already done so for your first half of this month. Romance could be people, it could be you like fell in love with a new part of yourself, you met a you adopted an animal and you found a new animal friend that you love. It could be a new passion that you're in love with. It could also be a romance or human or any type of energetic connection that you've fallen head over heels for, that kind of sprung up, I want to say, in the beginning of the month and now is kind of carrying through to the rest of it. After that, I'm going to pull you one of these cards. It's going to show you that you've already been manifesting subconsciously through this month, my Sagittarius friends, and give you an affirmation to call it in more actively. Whoa! Been manifesting a lot, apparently. Alright, my Sag friends, you have been manifesting courage, first and foremost. Especially if you've been dealing with this, like, devil, self-limiting belief energy. Know that you have the courage to deal with it and conquer it and rise above. And you can use this affirmation of, by shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. Whew. So the dark night of the soul that you might be facing, my Sag friends, right now, your courage is coming through. Courage from source is coming through to guide you and help you through it. Then we have the manifestation coming through of sensuality. So you're tuning into your senses, you're potentially tuning into your divine feminine, as well as that masculine energy is rising, and enjoying life sensually, not just through like sexual pleasure potentially, but also just through your physical senses, sight, taste, touch, sound, smell. Enjoying life through all of those senses is connected to this card as well. And then we have the affirmation of your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Potentially that's coming through more towards the middle, and courage is coming in through the beginning. Through the ending of it, we have wisdom coming through for you as a manifestation with the affirmation of, on a Wednesday, it's actually, was Thursday while I'm filling this, on a Wednesday, with a waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. So this experience, this energy you're experiencing through July is manifesting renewal for you in a really powerful way. One last card for you, my Sagittarius friends, is this self-care card to show you that to help you to integrate the energies that have been present for you already in July and that are coming through for you to the ending of July. Ooh, we have the self-care of shining. Sagittariuses are not meant to be in a box. They're big, they're bright, they're loud in the most beautiful way, and that is so amazing about them, is that they don't stand for anything other than their own shine in a little bit of a way, and they're very directed with it, which is so powerful. So the self-care for you, my Sagittarius, is to help you integrate the energies that have been present for you in July so far, and to help you integrate the energies that are coming through for you in the last half of this month, is to don't dim your light. The world needs your unique talents and gifts. Shine brightly, my Sagittarius friends. That is your reading for the month of July, for how it has been so far for you potentially, and moving through to the rest of the month into August. I hope this reading has resonated with you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my friendly Capricorns. Welcome to your July reading. I hope it has been well for you. I'm first going to start by pulling you a couple spirit animal tarot cards to see what energies have been present already and are coming through for the last half of this month for you. Oh, this one wanted to fall out already. And then we have, ooh, the Two of Feathers. Interesting. So what's interesting about one of these cards already is that it is your connected card. So the energy, every astrology sign has a card connected to it. And I know every time I tell this to Capricorns, they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Haha, of course that's my card. But the card connected to Capricorn is the devil traditionally, or in this deck, it is the shadow represented by the Jekyll. So it's interesting that you might be really feeling your Capricorn energy during the first half of this month. And I know Capricorns can have a tendency to be really hard on themselves and be in that kind of stuck energy. Traditionally, the devil is a card that connects into self-limiting beliefs, self-imprisonment, addiction, and dependency potentially. And Capricorns need to stop being so hard on yourselves. You're seriously one of the most motivating factors on this planet, so shut up about it already. Shut up about it already. You're so amazing. Stop beating yourselves up. So, and we have the message and the energy of self-empowerment and ambition with the Jekyll. And just like Jekyll is kind of an elusive mix between dog and fox that I believe is nocturnal, so hangs out in the darkest time, that is when they are the most empowered. And you can use potentially those energies of when you're in the dark, the beginning of this month, to bring you back into the light of your ambition and self-empowerment for the ending of this month. So another message with the Jekyll and the Hyde, the two sides of that, is that the traditional devil card has the devil above, two figures that are chained around their necks to like a cement pillar in between them. And though they are chained in place, the cords or chains around their neck are loose. So my Capricorns, if you're feeling weighed down, if you're feeling chained to something that you are feeling constricted by, just know that yes, the chain is heavy. Yes, it is fastened to something that you cannot move, but the chain connecting you to that thing is loose. So muster up your self-empowerment that I know you have, my beautiful Capricorns, and heave that chain over your neck. Subdue the dark Jekyll energies within you and come back into the light and come back into the composure of Dr. Hyde, as opposed to the frantic darkness of the Jekyll. And I hope that message resonates for you and potentially has given you some guidance for the beginning of this month, if that is what you've been feeling. Coming into the last half of this month, we have Gecko with the Two of Feathers, decisions and direction. So know that you can move quickly between decisions and directions during the last half of this month. My Capricorn friends, know that you're not stuck in place to anything. You do have the possibility to I'm hearing, scurry quite quickly to different decisions and directions when you feel you need to do so throughout this month. I'm gonna also pull some cards are going to pull themselves for you to show you the energies that have been present for you throughout this month. I'm going to pull one more. I feel like it's this one right here to see what energies have been flowing. Oh, wow. You guys really are too hard on yourselves and have far less to worry about than your brain is telling you, I believe. We begin at the first week or the beginning of July with the Five of Wands. And potentially this is why you're kind of stuck in that dark head if you are or have been during the beginning of month, because the Five of Wands is a little bit of challenge or conflict or obstacles arising between your daily life, your schedule, your routine, your passions and ambitions. And just know that this is a challenge that isn't keeping you stuck in place, but this is a challenge that is literally giving you growth opportunities and leveling you up through to the next level. You are at the flame. You just got to believe that you can reach it. And I am actually getting this funny analogy for my Capricorns with reaching that flame, is that I don't know if any of you have ever been to like a science center, or if you're local to Vancouver, the Science World we have here, and they do this science exhibits where they like put, I believe, some sort of safe like oil or something on they coat their hand and arm with it, and then they light what appears to be their hand or arm on fire. But it's not actually their hand or arm, their natural flesh that's burning. It's just the coating of liquids or oils that they've put on their arm or hand that's burning. So know that if you need to reach for the flame, your own body and extension will be protected as you reach for it, and it will also burn off any old energy as you do. Through the beginning of July, that has been the message that you potentially have already been experiencing. Coming into the middle of July, we have the Chariot, which is a major arcana card to let you know that this challenge that was in the beginning, the first week, is now steering you even closer, literally, like I said, leveling you up to get you farther than you have gone before. The Chariot is an energy that is connected to you going forward through your own strength, endurance, and willpower without really causing any physical change. It's just your own energy, manifestation, willpower, and drive that is getting you towards your goal, to your achievement and victory and success, which are keywords connected to the Chariot. So moving into the middle of this month, you might have been feeling that drive, that momentum pick up, and seeing things kind of fall into place potentially through your own willpower and work that you've been doing. Coming into the middle to the end of the month, we have the Three of Cups for the third week of July, potentially letting you know that you are surrounded by close friends, family, loving connections, potentially even new soul family or new friends coming through, loving harmony, celebration, union. This could be a family reunion. This could be a harmonious like dinner or social with friends, and just feeling deeply connected and fully loved and supported by the people that you're with through the third week to middle of July. And then last but not least, with the ending of July for my Capricorns, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is truly a Capricorn card because she is an earth sign and so is this Queen of Pentacles. So know that the work that you've been doing, the challenges that you've overcome, and all the support and blessings and prosperity that you've been building for yourself through this month is now safely within your arms. You can lean back into rest, knowing that you've taken care of what you needed to. You have the abundance in hand, safe and secure. You can be assured it is safe and secure in your hands, and know that it is also keeping you shady and refreshed and restored through the coming weeks and into August. This next card is going to show you how the moon has been kind of flavoring your experience already with the beginning of the month and coming into the ending, middle to end of July. Ooh, we have be bold and make the first move. I feel like sometimes the mind of Capricorn can really keep it in place itself, and this is the universe telling you to be like, be bold and make the first move. Be bold and make that first move. You're so close. You're so close. But I'm hearing the universe knows that you have the strength to take this first move, but the universe wants you to see that you have the strength and ability to take the first move. So it's waiting on you to take the first move. And this might be an energy or message that you've been receiving through the entire month of July, my lovely Capricorns. And then we have here this card, which will show you that you've been manifesting subconsciously through this month, and give you an affirmation to call that energy in more consciously. And we have here romance, beautiful. You've been this is like not just romantic partnership romance, like with a husband or wife or partner or boyfriend or girlfriend, but this is like you feeling romantic about yourself, you feeling romantic about your life, about your passions, about every aspect of your life, every facet of you, and romancing it. And you also have the message for you of romance. It is a sacred power. Let it come to me in this hour. So if you are trying to manifest a new love or new level of romance in your life, or have been through July, this is your confirmation, my Capricorns, that it's coming through, and it's coming through beautifully and unfolding magically for you through July and into August. Last but not least, we have the self-care card, so that you can see that the energies that are present you can integrate and will also help you align. And potentially this self-care may just present itself to you as my husband just got home, and that is a synchronicity that this self-care might even be within the reach of your own home and safety. So let's see what that self-care is for you. we have decisions. This fits so well in with this Two of Feathers over here with decisions and direction. This is the self-care that will help you align or integrate with the energies of July to let you know that you don't need to act right away, but you can creep away really quickly when you need to. And also that energy will help you align with what's going to come for you coming the end of, or middle to end of July, with the message, sometimes the best decision is no decision at all. That is my reading for you, my Capricorns. I hope you resonated with this. I hope this has tuned into your July and will come the days leading up to August, to the middle of July. I hope to see you in the next reading. Namaste. Hello, my Aquarius friends. How has July been for you? This July reading is going to start for you by me pulling a couple cards from this deck to show you the spirit animals that have been present for you already through July, and which will become more present through the other half of July that we're about to experience, and the energy and messages that are bringing in for you. This and you. Yep. I feel like there's eagerness for you this month. Maybe you've been experiencing it already. Ooh! Wow, some very interesting and big energies happening for you this month, my Aquarius sun friends. We start here with the beginning of the month, the first half of it, with the Hanged Man and Grasshopper spirit. And the Hanged Man is this message or this energy of feeling potentially stuck at the beginning of this month. Maybe you feel like things are a little bit upside down for you, but through that upside down, stuck energy that you might have experienced the beginning of July, it's bringing you patience and a new perspective. And I do see that through the month of July, you will be making yourself upright, but this new landing that you're landing on is going to be a different grounding for you than you've experienced in the past. So that is the energy that is happening for you, and the spirit animal of Grasshopper that is coming through for you for the beginning of July, middle of July. I'm also tuning into the animated movie Mulan, and how she actually had, I believe it was a cricket, but it's coming through for you as a lucky grasshopper energy. So know that if you see a grasshopper out in your daily life, or have seen grasshoppers through July, that they are symbols of good luck for you. Then through the middle to end of July, we have the energy of awakening with this beautiful card coming through, and the message of renewal and enlightenment. Traditionally, this is the card of judgment in the traditional tarot, which is rebirth, renewal, and transcendence. And this is letting you know that through the last half of July, you're going to be going on this awakening journey and really like fanning your wings out to show everyone your beautiful true colors. And if you haven't been doing this, Aquarius, I don't know what's been going on in your life, because you're just meant to be the different, beautiful, unique one. So if you haven't been showing your beautiful feathers, this is your call through the last half of this month to show everyone your beautiful plumage and your unique colors and expressions and way of being, because that is you in a nutshell. And you need to honor that, I'm hearing. And now that we know that those two energies are surrounding us, let's tune into the flow of July, potentially representing the 4 weeks, or beginning to middle, middle to end type of energies. This one's wanting to come forward for you. And let's see what other energies have messages. Oh, I'm feeling this one. I'm feeling this one for you. And this one. Ooh, interesting. Okay, my friends in the Aquarius energy vibes. The beginning of this month, no wonder you might be feeling kind of torn, because you have the energy of the Hanged Man and that stuckness, but you also have the first week of July or the beginning of July with the Emperor. And the Emperor is personal authority, personal power, structure, stability, and sovereignty over your life. Maybe that's new for you and it's kind of made you feel a little upside down, which is maybe why those cards are coming through. But just know that this is a new seat of power for you. He's sitting on a ginormous topaz, and he also is very casually and confidently holding his king chess piece because he knows it ain't going anywhere. So know that this new personal level or completely new sovereignty, personal power, personal authority, and control you've experienced through the beginning of July is here to stay. It is grounded, I am hearing. Then my Aquarius friends, through the second week of July or towards the middle of July, we have the Queen of Swords coming through. This is really decisive energy, so I feel like this lingering energy of stuckness and potentially needing to be patient and new perspectives is leading you into this very decisive, strong, confident, clear, quick-witted, quick-tongued energy of the Queen of Swords. She is someone who makes very decisive energies very quickly, very grounded energy, also very calm, very collective, very intelligent, very inquisitive, very insightful, and very full of foresight as well. So, I just threw the card on the floor. So just know that the stagnation is ending and a new level of clarity and decision making is coming through. And then following that, we have the Knight of Pentacles for the third week of July for you, or the middle to ending of July. And the Knight of Pentacles is this energy of taking grounded, methodical, very thought-based action, steadfast action towards your dreams, your wishes, and what you want to have happen for yourself in your life, my Aquarius friends. So it feels like you come into new personal power through the beginning of July. You tune into a new level of intelligence, inquisitiveness, decisiveness, and intellectual assets. And then through there, you start making grounded decisions about them that form positive, strong foundations. This Knight of Pentacles may look like he's kind of casually, apathetically walking along this beautiful field, but he is so casual, apparently, with this energy because he's the one who tilled this field. He's the one that de-weeded it. He removed all the rocks and boulders. He made sure the soil was pH balanced, nourishing, strong, healthy, so that he knows that all of these pentacles, all the pentacles that are landing, that you're planting upon this new foundation of yours, will take root, will grow, and will bear fruit for you because you're the one that has been tending to this beautiful foundation to make sure that those manifestations come to fruit. Then, towards the ending or last week of July, we have the Two of Swords coming through for you, my Aquarius friends, and this is a little bit of an energy of being between a rock and a hard place, or having to make a tough decision, or what feels like a tough decision. Maybe your mind is telling you it's a tough decision, and I have a feeling that this might be a little bit difficult for some of my Aquarius friends, because this is going to call you to trust in your heart and your intuition, and not in your very clever mind, to discern which way forward is in your highest good. You can see that there's two crows kind of pecking at her, and that she is also blinded at this moment, and also not facing the direction of either way forward. So step one is to take some breaths and ground, and then from that new grounding and calm within, you can see clearly and unblind yourself, bat away any distractions or diversions that are kind of circling around you, and then turn around and you'll be able to feel which direction is in your highest good in the end of July and moving into August, my Aquarius friends. Then let's go into this card for you. This is going to show you how the moon is flavoring the month for you and potentially connecting into a certain part of your astrology chart. Woo! We have the Is that two? Just one. We have the new moon in Sagittarius coming through for you with luck is on your side, my Aquarius friends. Through the shift in your perspective, luck is on your side. Through the awakening of your personal power, the new clarity in your mind, and setting foundations, and even making other tough decisions throughout the month, and tuning into your levels of awakening, luck is on your side. And potentially in whatever aspect or wherever Sagittarius is in your chart, my Aquarius friends, could be connected specifically to this lucky vibe energy that is surrounding you the month of July. Second to last card I'm going to pull for you is this one, to show you you're manifesting on a subconscious level through the month of July, my Aquariuses, and give you an affirmation to tune into if you choose. Ooh, we have safe home, my Aquariuses. Beautiful energy you're manifesting on a subconscious level already. And we have the affirmation of I cast the circle round about. Safety now is beyond a doubt. So know that wherever you go, if you're traveling and through July, that the home, the physical home that you're leaving is going to be safe. Your vessel is safe, your heart home is safe, and you can use this affirmation to call in this energy of safe home for yourself, to manifest it retroactively for the beginning of July to the middle of July that has already transpired for us, and also bring it in more actively for yourself through the ending of this month and into August. Last but not least, we have a self-care card for you, my Aquarius friends, to show you and to guide you into integrating the energies that have already been present for you in July, and to help you align with the energies that are coming through for you in July. Ooh, we have the energy of love in its entirety coming forward as your self-care. Miss Aquarius, Mr. Aquarius, NB Aquarius, all of the Aquariuses, the energy of love is surrounding you. This is love for yourself, love for all others, love for your life, love for your passions, love for your hobbies, love for your shadows, love for your lessons, love for your mirrors, love for your teachings. All love will help you with July energy this month, Aquarius, and the message on the back of this self-care card to also help you integrate what has already transpired in your July, and also tune you in and align you with the energies coming through for you, is love people, love them with all your heart. Just be sure to love yourself first. And that is your July review and forecast, my Aquariuses, tuning into the energies that have already transpired for you, potentially in the beginning half of this month and leading into the last half of this month and August. I hope this reading resonated with you, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my Pisces friends. I hope you're all doing well and have been swimming well through July so far. I'm going to begin this reading for you by pulling you a couple cards from this deck to show you that there have been spirit animals with messages through the beginning of this month for you, and that will be present for you in the ending of this month and middle of this month as well. And they bring in positive energies and have been already for you. Alright, my Pisces. Ooh, some freedom feeling here. So we have for the first half of this month, first couple of weeks of this month, there's the spirit animal of moth, and the message of 3 of feathers with release and recovery. So I feel like you've freed yourself from some sort of mess, my Pisces friends, in the beginning of this month. You've really cleared yourself of it, and you can trust that you have, and you have recovery in front of you and the release behind you already. I'm hearing that the release actually happened before July even began, but it only really sank in for you through the beginning of July, which is why it's coming present here. So just take this as confirmation that the release has occurred, and now you're moving through into recovery already, with potentially the beginning half of this month. And then through the later half of this month, last 2 weeks, we have the Four of Shells with Heron, with soul searching and reevaluation. And this feels very supportive for you, my Pisces, after coming through this release and the recovery, because now that you've gone through the release and you're into the recovery, now you have the opportunity to reevaluate how you want to be, how you want to feel, the life you want to live, and also soul search to who your core is. And that's what I feel like this month is for you, is you tuning back into a deeper level of self with you. Releasing what was, that was maybe put upon you, recovering from what you need to, and then tuning back into your soul to reevaluate that core essence of who you are. Now let's go into this other tarot deck to see what the flow of this month has been like and will continue to be like for you. Four. Okie dokie. Ooh. Oh, marvelous. Marvelous. Okay, my Pisces friends. We begin at the first week or beginning of July with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is this message to let you know that you are standing on the edge, the precipice, the shoreline, if you will, of expansion, of entrepreneurship, of adventure, of excitement, of renewal, and to step forth and go where your heart is taking you. So potentially this release and a recovery is leading you into a full new expansion, new way of living, your new daily life, a new job, a new career, a new passion. And this is your confirmation to let you know that it is safe, or potentially you have taken that first step already. Coming into the middle or second week of July, we have the Chariot coming through my Pisces. And the Chariot is this energy of you see the horizon, and now this second week or coming into the middle of July, you're taking action and you're setting course. You're en route very fast, very assuredly towards that outcome, that victory, that success, that achievement. And it's through your own intuition, your own energy, your own life force, your own drive, your own willpower that's steering you towards that victory and success later on in this month, potentially. Coming into the middle or third week of July, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is this energy of making healthy choices for yourself. So you're already en route earlier in this month towards the success, and the Seven of Pentacles is coming through to let you know that you can make those healthy choices, those grounded, healthy choices for yourself to assure that success. And if you've been making them already for yourself but haven't been seeing any results yet, know that all of that energy and love and attention that you've put in is going into a beautiful root system to help this new shift take rooted ground for you. And then coming into the fourth week of the fourth week of July and into the ending of July, we have another major arcana card with Temperance. So this is you having those healthy decisions already, and then blending, alchemizing, infusing energies, ideas, prospects together. This is you blending your intuition with your action, your divine feminine with your divine masculine, your assertiveness with your gentle side, to really come into a new drive and fit for yourself. I'm also hearing to call on your angels, specifically Archangel Gabriel is coming through for the Pisces in July. Now that we know that that is the flow, let's go into to see how the moon will be flavoring this month for you, my friendly Pisces. Ooh, we have, it's time to release negativity, Pisces. full moon in Scorpio is coming through for you. So what part of yourself are you feel ashamed of? What part of yourself you feel like needs some extra tender love and care? This is calling on you to tune into that part of you and call it back home and reconnect it to you. Also, wherever Scorpio is in your chart, my Pisces may be tuning into this energy of releasing negativity there, specifically through the month of July. Potentially you've already been feeling it in the beginning of July, and you will be tuning into it more so through the middle to end. Now let's go into this card to show you what you've been manifesting for yourself on a subconscious level, and give you an affirmation to call it in more intentionally. Woo! And it's come up for you already without me even needing to shuffle. We have, look at this. Do you have self-worth coming on? Do you see those colors? You're subconsciously manifesting glamour for yourself, but we have releasing negativity of the same color. So this is saying release negativity around glamour, around deserving to be beautiful, glamorous, expensive things, luxury, wealth. Release any negativity you feel surrounding that energy and call in the glamour and the abundance and the beauty and the prosperity that you are worthy of, because you are worthy of it. And you can use this affirmation, potentially, specifically this one, in front of a mirror. Tune into deep levels of self-love there as well. I'm hearing for you, Pisces, to call on this glamour energy more consciously with, in this hour, I now see the realms of possibility. So tune into that energy to call in the glamour, call in the beauty and the art and the extravagance of your life, my beautiful Pisces, through this month of July. Now, last but certainly not least, we have the self-care card to show you how to, or to help you integrate the energies that have been present through July for you, and also align you to the energies that are coming through for you in July as well. Oh, again, just wanted to come out. So we have here the self-care of listening, and this is the self card of allowing yourself to be heard, expressing yourself in ways that you need to, my Pisces, throughout this month of July. Maybe you already have been tuning into this already through the beginning of it, but allowing yourself to be heard and also hearing others. The full spectrum of communication is going to be supportive for you through the month of July, and you can use this saying on the back in the self-care to help you integrate the energies that have been present already and also align with the energies that are coming through for you. And the message is, people start to heal the moment they feel heard. So hear others and hear yourself. And what is your heart needing you to hear right now as well? That is your reading for July, for the review of potentially the energies you've experienced for the last couple of weeks to the first half of this month of July, my Pisces, into the weeks that are following, leading up to August. I hope this reading resonated with you, and I hope to see you in my next video reading. Thank you very much. The divine in me honors the divine in you.